If you're dealing with chronic vertigo, Meniere's disease, vestibular neuritis, or any other vestibular type problem, I want to talk about the joints in your neck and how they relate to your balance system. But first, most people who have chronic vertigo, when they first get it, they end up at the ENT, they look in the ears, and unfortunately a high percentage of these people, they're thrown antibiotics, whether they have an infection or not, just to get rid of you. And in a very high percentage of those cases, the antibiotics do nothing because it's not an inner ear infection. And it isn't the inner ear at all that's having the trouble. It's the information. It's the messages that coordinate balance in your body that are having trouble. So, back to balance. This is the superior articular facet, or the top two joints of the C1, right where your head fits. It has the highest number of nerve endings of any joint in the whole body. Every joint in your body has these mechano and proprioceptor pressure sensors that send information back up into the cord, into a nuclei in the midbrain and brainstem, which are your vestibular centers. And it gives feedback about where you are in space. What we find in our upper cervical chiropractic office here in Sarasota, Florida, because 40% of our practice is vestibular disorders, that there is a high correlation between structural misalignments at the floor of the skull and vestibular type problems, because when you have an injury to the neck and the joint misaligns, it tears the soft tissue. And when the soft tissue gets torn, the muscles lock down and you lose proper motion in the joint. And when you lose proper motion in the joint at the base of the skull, you get bad feedback from that joint firing back into the vestibular apparatus, which can cause all sorts of different vestibular problems. So if you're someone who has been on meclizine and antivert, and you've had all sorts of different procedures that are not working, and you're looking for something natural, a good place to look is an upper cervical chiropractic office that specializes on the top of the neck, that makes precise corrections using 3D imaging with no twisting, popping, or pulling of the neck. And if you're in the Sarasota, Florida area, we have an office here. We offer free consultation. If you're outside Sarasota, leave a comment in the comment section below about where you're at. We can find you someone in your locale. And if you'd like to go to a website that houses these types of doctors throughout the world, you can go to www.uccnearme.com.